بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Alhamdulillah, we have tawfiq to continue our study of Kitab al-Sabr wa Shukr, Al-Mahajjat al-Bayda, Volume 7, page 179. As you remember, we were talking about the fifth classification of ni'mah, bounties and blessings of Allah. We said there are three types of ladha. Sometimes it is al-ladhatul aqliyah, and that is intellectual pleasure, which is only available for human beings. Sometimes it is a ladha that we share with some animals, is bodily, physical, we share with some animals. And sometimes it's a ladha which is bodily or physical and we share with all animals. So the first one is exclusive. The other two are not exclusive to human beings. We said al-ladhatul aqliyah are like ilm and hikmah, knowledge and wisdom. These are ashraf, the most valuable, the most honorable, and at the same time very rare. You don't find many people interested in this, even among religious people. It's not that many people are interested in learning and wisdom. Then we said that there are three problems that may happen to someone that would make him unable to appreciate knowledge and wisdom. Sometimes they have not yet grown, so they have no experience of this, no taste of it, like a child. Child does not understand some of the experiences that adults have and therefore has no interest in them. If you say to a child that, for example, we want to, go to a library, he says, can't we go to a zoo? So for him, seeing animals is more important than seeing the books. I didn't mention people because sometimes even some people, for them are not that interested. So I just said books. So some people are at the level of children. They have not grown to have a taste, have a kind of experience. Some people are ill. So if they were healthy, they were supposed to understand. They have grown, but there are some illnesses. For example, this person should be able to understand sweetness of some food, but cannot understand because he's ill. Sometimes some people are dead. Their heart is dead. It's worse than being ill. When it is dead, then there is no hope unless there is a revival. So there are three types of problems.
How it will be good?
Pardon?
How it will be good?
When illnesses of heart are not dealt with and they become so widespread that they kill. Like how a person physically die. If you have illness and you don't treat, even a cold can kill you. Yeah, something simple. If you don't take care of it and it remains in your body, little by little, this can kill you.
Do you mean there is no spirituality in it? Or
Yes.
something different?
Yeah, their heart is dead because, as you know, in the Quran, we have different types of life and death for human beings. One is physical life, physical death, but another one is a spiritual life and spiritual death. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ma anta bimusma'in man fil qubur. You are not able to make the people who are in grave hear. Okay, sometimes you think it's people who are physically in the grave, but this is not the meaning of the ayah. The meaning of the ayah are the people who are dead, even if physically they are alive. أَوَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَا. In some lectures I have explained that in my humble understanding we can actually talk about 3 types of life, not only 2. Life of body, a spiritual life means life of heart, and hayat tayyiba. There are 3 types of life that we can have. Most of mu'minin have 2 types, physical and spiritual, but not yet hayat tayyiba. Hayat tayyiba is the 3rd type of life. But inshallah another time we can discuss this. Okay, so these 3 issues can happen and stop someone enjoying knowledge and wisdom. Let us just finish what remained from last week.
So,
فالقاصر, yes.
sorry, Sheikh, I think there is Qism al-Sadis, because I follow you in the book.
Yes, we are in Al-Qismatul Khamisa.
Okay.
But one page we have already studied, so we are page 179. You're welcome. The second half. فالقاصرون عن درك لذة العلم والحكمة ثلاثة. Those who are not able to perceive the pleasure of knowledge and wisdom are 3 groups. Not 3 individuals. Salata means 3 types of people. إما من لم يحيا بعده باطنه يحيا لم يحيا. The one whose inner self has not yet become alive, means has not yet grown. كالطفل, like a child. وإما من مات بعد الحياة. So he has grown, but then the heart is killed. باتباع الشهوات, by following lower desires and developing lots of illness in heart. Right. وإما من مرض بسبب اتباع الشهوات. Or he has followed shahawat but still is alive but ill. So if you keep following shahawat, then it can kill. If it is the beginning, it makes you ill. وقوله تعالى في قلوبهم مرض إشارة إلى مرض القلوب لافتقدان العقول. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about, for example, المنافقين في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا, these are the people who are not yet dead, but there is illness, and this illness causes problem. They don't have ability of thinking and understanding, but it's possible maybe for them to be treated. وَقَوْلُهُ لِيُنذِرَ مَنْ كَانَ حَيًّا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is to be working as a warner for the people who are alive. This shows that there are people who are dead. Among people who are walking and talking and, not among people who are in the graveyard. Even people who are around, some of them, the Quran is not going to work as a warner and reminder because they are not alive. إشارة إلى من لم يمت حياته الباطنة. Who is high? The one who has not died in inner life. Means his inner life is there. He's still living. So some people have physically died. Some people physically are alive, but their inner life is finished. Their inner life is finished. وَكُلُّ حَيٍّ بِالْبَدَنِ مَيِّتٍ بِالْقَلْبِ فَهُوَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنَ الْمَوْتَى. Please be careful about how you read this. You cannot say كُلُّ حَيٍّ بِالْبَدَنِ مَيِّتٌ بِالْقَلْبِ. كُلُّ حَيٍّ بِالْبَدَنِ مَيِّتٍ بِالْقَلْبِ. Whoever is physically alive, but his heart or her heart is dead, فَهُوَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنَ الْمَوْتَى. In Allah's, sight, this person is dead. وَإِنْ كَانَ عِنْدَ الْجُهَّالِ مِنَ الْأَحْيَاءِ. Although people who are ignorant, they say he is alive. Look, he's very healthy. He's walking, talking, eating, drinking. But these are the people that spiritually they are dead, and the Quran refers to them as dead people. Opposite to this, وَلِذَلِكَ كَانَ الشُّهَدَاءُ أَحْيَاءً عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ وَإِنْ كَانُوا مَوْتَى بِالْأَبْدَانِ. Opposite to this are shuhada, martyrs. People think they are dead. Allah says these are not dead. وَلَا تَقُولُوا لَمَنْ يُقْتَلُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٌ. These are ahya, they are close to the Lord and they receive sustenance. Who receives sustenance? Someone who is alive. Someone who is dead doesn't need sustenance. Yeah? أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون.
Could you explain more, please? The illness, this heart illnesses. Could you explain it more?
Illnesses of heart, we discussed last year a lot.
Yeah.
The disease of the heart. What are the problems that happen to heart? We had Kitabul Qalb. Yes. Kitabul Qalb, yeah. And how Shaitan has different gates to enter into the heart and make heart ill. Okay. Now we finished the first type of ladha, which was al-ladhatul aqliya, and at the end we said why some people don't find that pleasure, why they don't find that sweetness in knowledge. Okay, and we said there are three types of problems. Now you think which of those three you have. Because I don't think we can say to Allah that, no, I am very much enjoying your... I think more or less we have problem. Unless you are a person to whom knowledge and wisdom is the most pleasing thing. It's better than holidays, better than delicious food, better than watching good movie, whatever. Otherwise, it means that we have more or less one of these three problems. So you can find out for yourself. Yes.
I was just going to ask, there are some people who are naturally inclined towards reading books. And there are some people who they don't feel interested, or just right from the beginning, they've never been really interested in books and reading. What do you say about that? Because someone who's just naturally inclined to reading is more prone to being possibly more alive, if you can put it that way. Like there are
it's,
some
I think that
not
it's,
bad, but they just don't
yeah, I know.
interested in it.
Maybe it's a matter of upbringing and habits. So if you have been brought up in the way that you are encouraged to read and you have developed a habit of reading, then you have that tendency for reading. Many people, it's like a habit or the way they are brought up. But even reading is not necessarily a sign of interest in knowledge. At least it's not an enough sign. Because there are people, for example, who are ready to read, but not to listen, not to take lectures, lessons, take notes. You know, we want people who are thirsty for knowledge. People, when they see books, as they see flowers. Even if you are not going to read them, when books are around you, what do you feel?
Just want to take it.
Pardon?
Just want to take them.
Yes. But are you going also to read them? Because there are people who like to have flowers, but they don't smell them. This is zulm. Yeah.
Have them on the bookshelf.
Yes. Yes. So we want to have the books. We want to read them, to learn from them, to enjoy. So I think we all need to improve. We shouldn't be satisfied and say, Alhamdulillah, I'm coming to Hawza and this is sign of my interest in knowledge. No, it's good, Alhamdulillah, it shows that we are not dead, but still we may have illness.
Yeah, and also you could have an interest in books, but actually you don't realize that you're reading and you're learning knowledge just because you want to look good in front of other people.
Yes, that's
This is another problem.
Yes. Yes.
And that can happen easily
Yes.
to people in Hausa as well, because it's the
Yes.
case of...
Yeah. Yes. May Allah, inshallah, give us thirst for knowledge. Because if you have thirst for knowledge, then inshallah, you will go for it and you will get it, inshallah. Okay, now we go to the second type of ladha. And that is what we share with some animals. Like the lazza for riyasa. You want to be boss. You want to be manager. You want to be leader. You want to be on the top. Of course, nowadays, some people encourage us to have this type of interest in leadership and this type of things. As long as it's a matter of giving balance to the people who are despaired or hopeless, or some people have no self-esteem. So it's good to encourage them that you can do great things. But I don't think it's good to develop in people thirst for position, thirst for leadership. As I have been saying recently, we need followers more than we need leaders. And actually, the natural process, not artificial. Like people who want to be healthy and they take hormones and, estrogen, what they call it? Steroids, this type of things. This is artificial. You want real health. Natural process for having leaders is to have selfless followers. Because I firmly believe, and please think about this, the only time you can learn from people that have some special gift. If someone has a special gift, either is a good leader, good scholar, whatever, good father, good mother, if you really want to learn from them, you have to love them. It's not just a matter of copying them. So, by being selfish and thinking, when is the time comes that I replace him? You are not going to learn. And you are not qualified to become the next leader. if students of a marja who go to his lesson, if they don't have maximum love for him, maybe they grow in knowledge, maybe even they have, busy or crowded lectures, but they never get that gift that he has. Maybe 50%, 60%. But there are many, many things that you can learn if you love someone. Because if you don't love people, you don't know what happens in their mind. You try to interpret them according to your own mind. And therefore, there are many important things that you miss. You end up with just criticizing them but keeping silent. So, we need to have people who are free from love for position. And these people, then, they become very good leaders. So, the second type is this. الثانية لذة يشارك الإنسان فيها بعض الحيوانات, not all animals. Pleasure that we share with some animals. كلذة الرئاسة, pleasure of being superior, being رئيس, being leader, being top, being boss. والغلبة, to be dominant. والاستيلاء, again to be dominant, superior. وذلك موجود في الأسد. For example, in lion, one number in tiger, for example. In this type of animal, not every animal has this. But some animals, they want to be dominant. Of course, it's not bad for them because they are not responsible, morally responsible. For them, this is their nature. But they have this lazza, they have this pleasure. And this is also what we also have. الثالثة ما يشارك فيها سائر الحيوانات. سائر here means not other, means all. Sa'ir sometimes means other, sometimes means jami'. The pleasure that we share with all animals, كَلَّذَّةِ الْبَطْنِ وَالْفَرْجِ. Pleasure of stomach means pleasure of eating and drinking. All animals, when they have good food, they enjoy. Yeah, I don't think there is any animal that would not make difference for it, whether it is good food or not. Or sexual pleasure, they all have it. وَهَذِهِ أَكْثَرُهَا وُجُودًا. This type of ladha is the most common. Because all animals have, and also all human beings have this experience. وَهِيَ أَخَصُّهَا, but it is أخص from خِصَّ means the mean, lowest, opposite to ashraf. Opposite. وَلِذَلِكَ اشْتَرَكَ فِيهَا كُلُّ مَا دَبَّ وَدَرَجَ حَتَّى الدِّيدَانُ وَالْحَشَرَاتِ. Everything, even insects, even very small, living beings, they have this. وَمَنْ جَاوَزَ هَذِهِ الرُّتْبَةِ تَشَبَّسَتْ بِهِ لَذَّةُ الْغَلَبَةِ. If you manage to go beyond this one, then لَذَّةُ الْغَلَبَةِ belong to it. Tashabbasa means belongs or grasps, holds onto him. وَهِيَ أَشَدُّهَا الْتِصَاقًا بِالْمُتَغَافِلِينَ. Those who are in the state of ghafla, heedlessness, they find this very much attached to them. We find that this is very difficult to get rid of it. Maybe people are able, for example, to resist against delicious food. Now we have people, for example, for some reason they say we don't want to eat meat. Although some people dislike meat, but some people are people who have been enjoying eating meat, but they say we don't want to have meat, we want to have vegetarian diets. Or right now I don't want to eat, I want to reduce because there are poor people, I want to reduce. Or months of Ramadan we are fasting, so we resist against our desire. So, although it's difficult, but it's possible. But this lazzatul riyasa, it's very difficult to get rid of it. It's very difficult, and this is why it is said, آخر ما يخرج من قلوب الصديقين, or here it says رؤوس الصديقين, but we have قلوب الصديقين حب الجاه. The last thing that goes out of the heart of Siddiqeen is love for position. It's very difficult. Not to eat delicious food is difficult. But this is not comparable to that. This is much more difficult. هي أشدها means أشد اللذات التصاقا. التصاق means to be attached. بالمتغافلين. If you manage to pass this as well, so if you pass the lower ones, you get to this. If you manage to pass this, then فصار أغلب اللذات عليه لذة العلم والحكمة. Then the best lazza for him is knowledge and wisdom. If you say to a person who enjoys knowledge, we make you leader, we make you head of us, we make you, rule, whatever, says no. Unless there is a taklif. Otherwise, for him, the best thing is just to be learning. Nothing is better than being a learner. لا سيما لذة معرفة الله تعالى يا لذة معرفة الله تعالى ومعرفة صفاته وأفعاله. And among all different types of knowledge, the one which is most pleasing and most enjoyable is knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His attributes and His actions. وَهَذِهِ رُتْبَةُ الصَّدِّيقِينَ. This is the rank of the most truthful people. I think it was second year of Hawza, we talked about what is the meaning of Siddiq. Yes, when we talked about truthfulness. Who are Siddiqun? وَلَا يَنَالُ تَمَامَهَا or وَلَا يُنَالُ تَمَامُهَا إِلَّا بِخُرُوجِ اسْتِيلَاءِ حُبِّ الرِّئَاسَةِ مِنَ الْقَلْبِ. And you cannot reach completion of this, means you cannot really get this rank unless this love for riyasa loses dominance in your heart. He will explain later. He doesn't say that you should have absolutely free from it because it's very, very difficult. But at least this should not have, dominance. وآخر ما يخرج من رؤوس الصديقين حب الرئاسة. He doesn't say it as a hadith. He puts it maybe as a kind of famous saying. But it seems that it is hadith. آخر ما يخرج من قلوب الصديقين حب الجاه. He says آخر ما يخرج من رؤوس الصديقين حب الرئاسة. اما شره البطن والفرج فكسره مما يقوى عليه الصالحون. Those who are righteous those who are pious, they are able to break the shahwa for eating or sexual shahwa. They are able to break it. You don't need to be Siddiq. Even if you are Salih, you are able. But shahwatul ra'asah la yaqwa ala qahriha illa as-siddiq. But the desire for ruling and leading and being top in the sense of, not top in taqwa, it means top in position, this is something that only Siddiqun, most truthful people, can achieve. And this is only to break it. أما قمعها بالكلية حتى لا يقع بها الإحساس على الدوام وفي اختلاف الأحوال فيشبه أن يكون خارجا عن مقدور البشر. But to be able to uproot it completely, so that never ever in any condition you would have desire for position, he says it seems it's beyond the capacity of human beings. So it's very difficult to get rid of this.
Why is this element so difficult to get rid of?
Because your ego wants to be able to be free. And part of your freedom is to ask people to do what you like. You enjoy that people are serving you. You want everyone to serve you.
If you are Siddiqeen, at that point, your serving is only the serving of Allah.
Yeah. So Siddiqeen, they don't have this desire all the time, or most of the time. But he wants to say, you cannot be relaxed. Because this may come. So, as we say, you send him out from door, but comes from windows. Maybe you, as a talib, manage to control it. But when you become a great scholar, it comes. As a scholar, you control it. But if you become marja, it can come. So, it always can come. You have to be very careful. Of course, I believe it's possible. I don't want to say it's impossible because we can become purified. But it's very difficult. Maybe only the people that Allah purifies them, like Ma'sumin and Awliyaullah. It's very difficult.
Do you think this is this desire for leadership is across the board, or is it perhaps some people who are naturally not interested in it in the first place?
They may not be interested in formally undertaking leadership, but they are happy to be somehow above others. In the sense that they want to be pointed at, that he's a special, he is, better. So you enjoy having more, for example, followers, having more people who love you or whatever, Of course, sometimes these can be for good reasons. Sometimes a person who is pure and sincere may be happy that he has good followers. But it's very difficult to be sure. You have to be always worried, because the chance of this being a deception is high. I told you in some previous years that there is hadith which says, ما خفقت النعال خلف رجل, the shoes don't go behind a man unless he's destroyed. So this is why it's said that Imam Khomeini, after lectures, he never let Talaba to follow him, because he was thinking that this is against this hadith. So if everywhere I go I have few people with me, then little by little I think I am very important. ما خفقت النعال خلف رجل إلا وقد حلك. Something like this, maybe a little bit, but you can search and find. ما خفقت النعال. نعال means shoes. So it's very difficult. You have to be very careful. نعم تغلب لذة معرفة الله في أحوال. Yes, so it's very difficult to be totally empty from this, but the pleasure of knowing Allah in some conditions can be dominant. لا يقع معها الإحساس بلذة الرئاسة والغلبة. And in that condition, then he doesn't have this feeling that I want to have leadership. For example, sometimes it happens, your heart becomes very light. Sometimes after ziyarah, after salat, sometimes after, you cry for Imam Hussein. Sometimes it happens, your heart becomes very spiritual, and in that time, you want to just serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you want just to learn. But this goes, down again. Doesn't remain always like this. لا يقع معها means in those ahwal, in those conditions, would not have feeling of لذة الرئاسة والغلبة. Doesn't have the pleasure of riyasa and ghalaba. ولكن ذلك لا يدوم طول العمر. But this does not remain for the rest of his life. بل تعتريه الفترات. Then some times come that this feeling goes down. فتعود إليه الصفات البشرية. Then again, those things which are in human beings, those qualities in human beings, they return. But although they are there, لكن تكون مقهورة. But he has controlled them. لا تقوى على حمل النفس على العدول عن العدل. They are not strong to make him deviate from justice. He controls himself. But it's not that he doesn't have them. It is said about one of great ulama in Najaf that whenever people were asking him, to accept marja'iyah, he was not accepting. And then someone asked him why. And he said, I don't remember the name of that marja who had passed away. When that marja passed away, I felt inside me a kind of happiness. And I said, this is not the time to be happy. So I realized my nafs is happy because thinks that now it's my time. So this is why I don't accept to be marja. I am not capable. But who is checking this? There are people who maybe even work hard for many years to become marja, not true maraja. But there are people, some talaba, like me, it's not everyone is sincere. They plan, they give lectures, they meet people, they are ready, make contacts, so that one day they become marja. There are some people, not many. But true Maraja run away from this.
Is it because big responsibility or because of this pleasure?
Both. It's a huge responsibility, and also you are not sure about how sincere you are. You have to be very, very suspicious about yourself. You are not suspicious about people, but you have to be suspicious. Al-mu'minu dhaninun binafsih. So, it's there, but it is maghur, it is under control. لا تقوى على حمل النفس على العدول عن العدل. They are there, but they are not able to make him deviate from justice. So, hearts are 4 types. Inshallah, we will talk about them. Those which are free from this type of lazzat, those who are always with this lazzat, and those who are in between. Again, those which are in between, sometimes the majority is that they are good and not after this, or the majority they are after this. So there are 4 types of hearts. Inshallah, we will talk about them next week. I would like to end with prayer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to include us among His sincere servants, the people who are truthful. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep for us our true ulama and true maraja and true leaders, that because of them we feel that alhamdulillah we receive guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we pray that inshallah this sacred line of our marja'iyya inshallah would continue inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
Excuse me, Sheikh, I have a question.
Yes.
What about these atheist people?